for exercise 3, we are going to start reproducing some line work and get used to these types of flows. So there's a very nice technique on how to do this very quickly. Okay, so remember the dimensions. We're going to have to start working with these dimensions. Okay, so very straightforward. We've got some line work, so select the line work, right click, and you're going to say create similar. Okay, I've given you a starting point, a series of construction lines, so where it intersects. We're going to draw in this dimension, we're going to work in this direction. So we're going to work in this dimension, in this direction by 2 meters. You'll notice that Revit's also trying to snap, but I'll explain you don't have to work that accurately for the time being. So I'm going to start typing. So just select a bit of line work, stop, tab. So that needs to be 2000. Okay. Then I'm going to right click, create similar in this direction. You can also type in directions, so you can also type in dimensions. Okay, so let me explain that. Let me go back. Create similar. So I'm going to start here. You're going to start typing 500. Okay, so you can simply just start typing in dimensions and that'll work. So that's another way to do it. So detail line is the shortcut key, by the way. Okay, with the correct line rate selected. So remember, it's going to be 2000. So 2000. And remember, Revit's always trying to work square. That's going to be 500. This next dimension is going to be 2500. So 2000, 2500. Good. Okay, now the next dimension down is going to be 3 meters. So 3000. Okay, so 3 meters. 3, 5. Okay, now I can simply hold the shift key and hover. So I'll hold the shift key to lock it and I can simply close the loop. Okay, so now I've got a chain of lines. When Revit has a chain of lines together and you press the tab key when you're hovering over any of these lines, you'll notice that it'll tell you that this is a chain of lines. It'll always try and find connected line work in Revit, which is quite neat. And the fact that all of these little grips have turned to a hollow blue line means that they're all connected. If I select one of these, you'll notice that they're solid. Okay, so Revit will always try and warn you when things are connected or not connected. So just bear that in mind. Okay, so now we've got 2 radiuses that we need to add. So we've got 1000. Okay, at any point, if you want to check dimensions, you can use the measure tool. So 3500. So it must be 3500, which it is. Okay, so if you are in doubt, use the measure tool to make sure that you're working accurately. Okay. And if things have gone skew, for example, you can use an angle. This is something that's quite neat about Revit as well. If you go to manage and you go to annotate and you use the angle tool, and I select this line and I change this to 90 degrees, Revit will also fix line work as well. So that's quite handy and it'll rejoin that as well. Okay. Now we need a radius, an outer radius of 500 and 1000. Okay, straightforward. So I'm going to select any bit of line work, right click and go create similar. It will open up the draw command again. You'll notice that I've got a function here called arc fillet. I'm going to pick these 2 bits of line work. Okay, you can simply just create the arc and then change the dimension to 500. So that's another way to do it. I can use the same command again and set this to a radius of 1000 and then select the next bit of line work. Okay, so that will also work. Okay, so that's another way to do it. So that's great. Cool. All right, now we're going to start using a lot more commands. If I press tab, you'll notice that this line work is all connected still. That's good to know. Now, I'm going to go to the Modify tab, so you can access all the modification tools by accessing the Modify tab. I'm going to use the Offset command. Now, make sure that copy is enabled. It just means it'll copy all of this line work and offset it by that value. Now, please pay attention to the offset value. So I'm going to type 115 and I'm going to press tab once. Okay, this does happen, so select the offset command again. It'll keep all the settings. Now if I press tab and tab twice, you'll notice that it'll select all the connected line work and create an offset copy. So pretty straightforward. I've managed to create that offset copy. Now we need to use some additional tools now to make this work. Now typically we can use the split line, we can use the fillet command, but you'll notice that it gets rid of some of the line work that's undesirable. So I'm going to press the undo button. Now there's a split line tool. There's another one, split line with gap, which we'll use sometimes. Just look at the commands. You'll see you can split line all kinds of things. So that's quite a handy tool if you're going to put movement joints, etc. But for now, I'm going to focus on the split element tool rather. I'm going to split this bit of line work once, and I'm going to split this bit of line work once. Great. Now, you can simply just use the trim command. So you can use the trim command. That's one option. I can also use the extend and trim command. So I can say I want to extend that bit of line work to there and then trim. So that's one option as well. Or alternatively, I can use the multiple extend. So I'm going to select that bit of line work, select both of these lines, and I'll extend it. Then I can use the trim command as well. Okay, but remember, I could have just trimmed. I could just use the trim command. Sometimes it's quicker. So just certain tools will work better in different scenarios, but sometimes that's very dependent on what you're trying to draft. Okay, so we're in the home stretch now. Okay, now what's quite interesting when you create arcs, when you select an arc, it'll know that it's an arc. You can enable a center mark, so you know where the center of that arc is. Sometimes that's important to know, so just bear that in mind. So I'm going to do that with that, just so it looks similar to what I've got here as an example. Okay, now that I've got all of this in place, what I would like you to do is to go and measure these distances as per my previous example. So again, annotate, aligned, make sure it's answer, then you press tab, 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 that one to that one, and then you just simply drop the dimension in. So you're going to do the same technique. You're going to measure these diagonals as per the example, and you're going to answer A and B. Okay, pretty straightforward, and this is what's nice about using Revit, especially when it comes to drafting information. It's quite intuitive and quick.